Thank you so much for speaking to Bloomberg Quint and the Quints with the GST constitutional amendment coming in the Rajya Sabha right now. The Congress has gone ahead and taken a very strong stand. There is support for it coming in, but there are also demands of moving the GST bill as a finance bill and not as a money bill.
You see, we are very happy that the Constitutional Amendment Bill is a done deed, and hopefully by the evening today it will be passed. I have no doubt about it. But the real point we have made very convincingly and very lucidly, and I support Mr. Chidambaram for that, is that our objection, so-called objection, which admittedly was never to the idea of the GST, was to three or four fundamental flaws. How can we as a responsible opposition party, having spent so many years in power and governance, not speak up for the people of India on principles which were explained in Parliament just now were totally valid, and I heard not a single objection by anybody. What are those principles? How can you have, for example, a 1% additional tax? If your shirt is travelling from your state to his state, from his state to his state, from his state to his state, and from his to the fifth state, if each of the 5 states levies 1% additional tax, then what's the purpose of having a GST? If you are going to add 5% only in 5 movements, then why have GST at all? You might as well have excise, sales tax. No answer. Do you know that the government of India took months to delete this simple objectionable provision, which anybody would delete in 5 minutes? Take another example. The whole idea of GST is to have reasonable rates, because we all agree that indirect tax is a regressive rate. It falls on the poor and the rich alike. So all countries, and the figures are there in your Chief Economic Advisor's report. Who is the Chief Economic Advisor? He is not my appointee, he is the Government of India's appointee, he is not a private consultant. He says that the majority of nations cap it at 15%, what is known as RNR, a revenue neutral rate. Well, 15% you may not do it. He said do it at maximum 18%. If you do it at 18%, is it unfair for the Congress to say that make the power to change this only with Parliament? Otherwise, tomorrow you change the petrol rate to 10 paisa, day after you change the excise rate to 20 paisa, day after you change the VAT to 30 paisa. So what's the point of having a GST which is changing every day? So we say 18% cap means A, 18 is already high, don't make it higher, it is the people of India, and B, do not subject it to the whims and fancies and caprices of the executive government. Can anybody raise an objection to this? So why are you painting us black? You are painting us black because you are the ones who have obstructed it, and we obstructed only certain flaws on principle which we believe the people of India would be very, very prejudicially hurt.
So as a broader strategy, will the Congress party push the government even further for ensuring that the GST bill is brought ahead as a finance bill and not as a money bill?
What more can you have? We have said it so clearly. Can you ever be more clear than this? We have said that it would be a breach of faith of Parliament. We have said in open Parliament that you, the Finance Minister, must pledge. We have said in Parliament on the floor that if you don't do it, you are being over clever and technical, and it's a subterfuge on the people. We have said that you can't have one house voting only, one house talking only, one house voting only. Now what more can you say? If after this they still do it, we will see. But it will be a complete breach of parliamentary faith and faith of the people of India.